An unbeaten 3-year-old and two massive jackpots are two of the highlights coming up at Sha Tin on Sunday. Welcome in to Racing to Win, joined this week by Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, fantastic treasure is that unbeaten 3-year-old. He was so good last time, but he goes up another class this week.
He certainly does, Mark, and he's looking to make it 5 from 5 for David Hayes and Chad Schofield. He certainly takes a little while to warm up, but once he does over the last 200 metres or so, he's very good. So he's looking to remain unbeaten in that final race. With another Class 2 race down the straight and a few interesting debutants through the course of the afternoon to come at Sha Tin.
And Paul, those jackpots are?
Yeah, the triple trio jackpot, 19.6. It's the biggest one we've had for a while, 19.6 million. So it's going to get up well over 30 million. We're estimating at 33 million. Might even get higher, but that's what we're estimating at, 33 million. And the other one, 7.4 million, goes into the 6-up win bonus as well. That's a high one we've had for a while, and that's going to get over 13 million. So a couple of rippers.
40 million across the two of them estimated coming up at Sha Tin. We'll check out the meeting details firstly before we roll on with the show. And it is meeting number 72. 10 races, 9 on the C+3 turf course, and just the one all-weather race, which is that first at 1 o'clock. The two races which will be focused on, the 8, the Amethyst handicap at 4.35, and the Crystal handicap race number 10 at 5.45 are the two. On the earlier edition of Racing to Win this week, we heard from Zach Person, who's chasing Joe Moreira for the Jockeys Championship. Well, Ed Sadler tracked down the current leader, Joe Moreira.
The Jockeys title, Joe. You're 15 ahead of Zach at this point of the season. You're a 3-time champion jockey here. Is this your season, do you think?
I believe so, and I've been working very hard for it. You know, I want to win it badly because I've been sitting there and watching Zach being crowned for 3 seasons on the road. Not taking his credit, he deserves to win those titles, and he's done enough for that. But I had to look inside of myself and see where that flame was in. Pump a little bit more oxygen there, get the flame a little bit higher, and apparently I have it in me at the moment, and I just want to keep on burning.
He's very hungry, Paul. Has he got a big enough lead?
I think he has. I mean, this is meeting 72. We're up to 88 meetings in total this season. You know, I think he can win it. So when he, you know, he's well clear. I said last week I'd rather be Joe than Zach, and look, nothing's changed.
Are you in Team Joe too, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. He's in front at the moment. He's still got horses like Courier Wonder, who's at least going to have one more race. Sky Darcy heading towards the Lion Rock Trophy. So there's another couple of winners for him on really progressive horses. So I think he can see it out till the end of the season. And
he will team up with a smart-looking first starter called Master 8 this weekend. Another first starter for John Size. Our first race to preview is race number 8. It's over the 1,000 metres. It's a Class 2. And at the top of the book, we've got Explosive Witness, a Group 3 winner in the Bohemia Sprint Trophy. His last look down the 1,000 metres at Sha Tin. Penghai Bravo back 200 metres after his 9th over the 1,200. Assimilate 1,800 back to 1,000 metres. Gold Chest was a 1,000 metre winner off a rating of 91. Yichong Baby has his first start for Chris So. Lucky Moore resumes his first time since September. Master Montaro, cheek pieces off, the blinkers go on. Multimillion is a 5-time winner over the 1,000 metres at Sha Tin. Zarsan has been on the form as far as the all-weather goes. And we have also the hood on number 14, Green Eon. Tom, as the speed map tells us, there'll be 3 across the track.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of pace in this race down the straight. There'll be no shortage of competition for the lead here. Multimillion, we know he's a speedy horse, as too is Yichong Baby, and Flying Genius, certainly another speedy horse. And behind them, you've got Lucky Moore, who has been up on the lead in the past, but I think he'll let it go this time with the likes of Valiant Dream, who's always there or thereabouts. Penghai Bravo over on the far side, he'll be looking to slot in and get some cover from gate number 2. Horses like Master Montaro and Assimilate, Massive Pocket, they'll all be getting back and be looking to run on at the end. But I think Multi-Million and Yichong Baby with Flying Genius, the 3 likely pace influences.
We'll have a look at them a little closer in just a moment. Firstly, though, we're going back to a replay of Happy Valley. Now, this is the start, Paul. Massive Pocket misses it by a good length. Strong field, and he's very sharp at the end.
He's got that pace, hasn't he? But he needs pace on in the race, but he's got a really good finish, and we have seen him win down the straight 1,000 before here at Sha Tin. You can see he went through nicely, and once he got into the clear, he hit the line really well. Now, Explosive Witness, another one that's won down the straight 1,000 before. Valiant Dream, he's a lot better suited, I think, down to the straight 1,000 as well, Tom.
Yeah, we know he really enjoys it. 3-time winner, 6-time second, 3 other third placings for Valiant Dream. But just had to love the way Massive Pocket exploded late there, the last 200 metres. And he's certainly going to get the race to run to suit again. We've seen it a good effect down the straight, and with that early speed, wouldn't shock to see him there at the end.
Master Montaro is a very interesting runner. He's coming back in trip 2 from the 1,600 to the 1,000. He got it all wrong at the start last time, and his trainer is David Hayes.
David, Master Montaro, we haven't seen him at the races since Derby Day. Did you just feel that he needed a freshen up?
Yeah, look, it's his first preparation basically, and this is the start of his second prep. So we took him to Chung Fa, had an easy time. 1,000 metres probably, you know, hit on the short side for him, but I thought rather than trial him, let's do it for money. And he has got good 1,000 metre form from Australia.
So even if he hasn't had that trial, as you say, do you think he can run a competitive race?
I think it's a positive not trialling. I'm sure if I trialled him up the straight last week, he would have trialled very well, but it might have taken the zip out of him for the race.
Hasn't been back in Hong Kong for long since that stint at Chung Fa. How does he look to you?
Really good. He's in great shape, and after this he'll go probably straight out to 1,400 in about 3 or 4 weeks.
He's a horse who arrived here with big raps from Australia. He's had 2 wins, but he's been a bit inconsistent at times. Has he lived up to your expectations?
Look, I'm pretty happy with what he's done. His racing pattern coming from the back is all about tempo. So if the tempo's wrong, it's impossible to come from the back. And in Hong Kong on the firm tracks, they keep running sometimes. So he has to do huge efforts to win. And a couple of the wins were big efforts. So, yeah, I'm happy with him.
We're going to stick with Master Montaro right now and go back to his last start, Tom. And here he is from barrier number 4, getting it all wrong coming out of the gates. And it goes without saying, he can't afford to do this on Sunday.
No, he can't. And look, we've seen him be a little bit iffy in a couple of his runs here now. I think it's certainly a positive that he hasn't trialled, that he comes into with this race on the fresh side as well. Cheek pieces off, blinkers go back on. You can see he's covered a fair bit of ground in this run here too, Paul. But he's going to get the right tempo to aim at. It's just he gets a wee way out of his ground, which is the only concern.
Yeah, he's a big horse, right? And we saw the same thing with Pinghai Bravo when he switched to the straight 1,000. He really liked it. He didn't have to go around a bend or anything. We know this horse has got a good turn of foot. He has trialled well down the straight 1,000 in the past. So he is an interesting runner for me. I actually put him in. I just wanted to keep him safe on a minor line.
He did win over 1,000 metres in Australia prior to arriving too, so he has got form over the 5 furlongs. Up to Chung Fa now for a trial. This features Multimillion leading for home and Assimilate at the back, Paul. He was strong Assimilate. Multimillion knocks up from the furlong, which is telling because he's a 5-time winner over 1,000. This trial was 1,200.
Yeah, and look, he does go well down the straight 1,000, so he's definitely going to get his opportunity. You can see him wandering around a little bit there, so maybe a little bit of concern, but Assimilate's another horse we've known better over longer as well.
He hasn't been in the greatest of form prior to his last couple of runs, Multi-Million, but he looks like he's sort of coming back to it now. He's dropped 22 pounds coming into this as well. Didn't think the trial was too bad there. It's just what other pressure he gets up there with a couple of others potentially niggling him.
It's nice to see Lucky Moore too. He returns to the racetrack for the first time, Tom, since September. He's had 3 trials to get ready dating back to December. This is his trial. It was a quiet one. He was a bit keen in the early stages of it too.
He was up outside the leader and there was no real pressure put on him over the final stages here, just with 4 other rivals. He bled in a trial back in December. Ryder was concerned with his action last time out. He was a roarer as well. So he's got plenty of issues, Paul. I'm happy just to see him go round this time.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he has had all those issues, as you say, and he is going to get a bit of a pressure as well. So, yeah, look, I'm happy to watch him.
You've picked one out from track work though, Paul.
Yeah, Gold Chest. Now, he's an interesting one because he comes back to the 1,000. I think this really suits him here at Sha Tin. He's been out of form recently, over 1,200 at Happy Valley and 1,400. He got taken up in distance, but just with that bit of gallop, there is a little bit of spark there, so he might be one at a bit of value, which I've thrown it.
OK, we need the top 4 from you, though.
I think Valiant Dreams is always the benchmark in these types of races. He's so consistent. He's been in the top 4, 13 of his 15 starts, and I like him once again here. I think he can win. Multi-Million, there was a little bit of a question mark over his form, but this is his favourite course and distance. Gold Chest from the track work, I just wanted to put him in at a double figure price. And Master Montaro, I think he'll be hitting the line strongly. So 11, 10, 6 and 9 in the end.
We'll take a little chance with Master Montaro in this Class 2 race. I think with that early speed up front, as long as he can get away cleanly, there's a little freshness coming into this. I think he'll be able to run them down over the end, Master Montaro. Valiant Dream, Pinghai Bravo, wasn't sure whether to put him in or not. I didn't really like his recent trial. I thought it was only fair, but hard to leave him out what he's done course and distance in the prior. And Massive Pocket, he'll be running on at the end with that sufficient speed up front. So 9, 11, 2 and 4, but I think Master Montaro can win.
And the favourite is Multi-Million at 4.3 nearly betting. That's a look at race 8 here on Racing to Win. We're taking a break and back with race 10 right after this. Race number 10, it's another Class 2 and it's quality as well. It's over the 1,400 metres. We'll get underway at 5:45 local time. Beauty Smiles back from the 1,600 to the 1,400 metres. Band of Brothers, a 4-time course and distance winner. Fantastic Treasure, unbeaten in 4 starts. Inch and Love goes up £5 for his last start win. Over the page, we've got Maximus. He was a 2-time winner in France before arriving, but does have barrier 14. E-Star has his first start in Class 2. Sea of Life had blood in the trachea last time out. He was a 1,400 metre winner at his only try, but that was in Class 3. And Private Rocket was a last start winner, track and distance. As we make our way across to the speed map here, Tom, for the final race. And how's it pan out over the 1,400? Well,
it's likely to be left to Team Spirit up front here, trying the 1,400 metres once again from gate number 8. He is eligible for something easier than this Team Spirit, but the question I posed to you, Paul, is does Maximus go forward from gate 14? He's back there on the map.
Yeah, no, I think he will. I think he will go forward, Maximus. That's how he's been running recently, and I think there is a spot there outside Team Spirit, as you can see there as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up there. I think what's going to happen is Hitch and Love and Roman Turbo, Not Usual Talent, should all get really good runs.
Yeah, Hinch and Love down there. Sea of Life's drawn awkwardly in gate number 13. Horses like Not Usual Talent, Fantastic Treasure, likely to get back, and awkwardly drawn as well as E-Star and Band of Brothers.
Speaking of Fantastic Treasure, Ed Sadler's been out at track work and has the latest on the unbeaten 3-year-old.
Thank you, Mark. Well, the dust may have only just settled on this season's 4-year-old series, but David Hayes is already plotting a path towards next year's 4-year-old series with Fantastic Treasure, who is undefeated 4 from 4. He's going to race one more time this season, and that, of course, comes up this weekend in the final race, where he steps up to Class 2 level for the first time.
All the signs are good. He's eaten all his feed and he's in terrific order. He's a great looking horse. Got a bit of a sticky gait. C+3 might be tricky, but good horses tend to overcome things. And a clear run with a lightweight might be better than being stuck on the inside.
Would you be planning on having him as a 4-year-old series horse for next season?
He's my number 1 seed, I'd say. I'd say if he was racing at home, he'd be a definite young group horse.
After Sunday's race, Fantastic Treasure will head for a well-earned break. David Hayes has already identified a Class 2 or Class 1 contest for the horse on International Day before he heads towards the 4-year-old series, starting off with the Hong Kong Classic Mile. We know, Mark, that there's plenty of time between now and the 4-year-old series for next season. A lot of the horses that will be participating in that series aren't even here in Hong Kong yet. But at this point in time, Fantastic Treasure does look like one of the rising stars of Hong Kong racing.
Thank you, Edward. That was Ed out at Sha Tin yesterday with David Hayes. Let's break it down a little bit more now, Tom, and we're going to start with Fantastic Treasure. This is his last win. There he is in behind the leader there at the top of the straight, and when he's asked for a bit more from Chad, he shows plenty.
Yeah, you can see he's had that good run through behind the leader there, and also Uncle Steve gets out into the clear here. It just takes him a wee while to pick up, and he did that in his start prior. It doesn't look like he's really going anywhere, but once he gets to this 200 metre mark, Paul, this is when he really starts to dig in.
Yeah, he looks in trouble, doesn't he, in both those 2 starts, but the best part of his runs for me are always the last 100. And look, he gave him a hit with the whip there, and the horse just ran away, and he was looking around at the end, Chad, and was eased up on him. So once he really asked for a serious effort, I think the horse always gives.
He pricks the ears as he comes down to the line too, which is a great sign that he's shown, although he's got them back in that one, but he'd prick them just past the post. We head from him, Paul, to Beauty Smile. He's a horse coming back in distance, which he won't mind because he has won twice over this 1,400 metre course.
Yeah, he has, and he did win nicely. Now, both times he had really light weights, 115 and 113. He's got to carry the big weight, 131. Now, he has done that before in his last couple of starts, so he's been placed on both occasions. From barrier 3, he'll get his opportunity once again. It was a funny race, this one, and he looked like he was going to pick up the eventual leader, didn't obviously, who ended up winning Reliable Team.
And he was only just beaten as well, and he was still coming at the line. He's only been beaten there at the line and neck, and he was well backed on that occasion also. And I think he's ready to run another big race here. He's been slightly fresh in coming into this, and just a very game run from him. So I'd be definitely including him on your tickets.
Zach gets on well with him. He's had 2 rides on the horse, and he's run second both times. He'll be looking for one better here. Right, a number of these out of this race, Tom. We start out with the winner, Hinchinlove, who's up outside the leader there at this stage. The horse to really focus on is Roman Turbo, who races without a whole lot of luck and then gets a decent old whack at the 150 metre mark. Not Usual Talents in the middle. Racing Fighter is the grey, and Arthur's Kingdom is behind him. So we pick it up from the 600 metres, but Roman Turbo is certainly the one to focus on.
Yeah, certainly is. Not interested at all in Roman, Racing Fighter there, or Arthur's Kingdom. But look at the effort there of behind them, Roman Turbo. Keep an eye on him in the straight. Not Usual Talents run a brave race as well as they swing in. Hinchinlove, he had just the perfect run up on the speed here, and look, he's had a recent quiet trial since it outside the leader. But all the action about to happen here shortly. Poor old Roman Turbo, Paul, gets knocked off his feet.
He does, doesn't he? And you'll see this on the head-on as well. Bang! There he goes, and he did get knocked over. While this was happening, though, Not Usual Talent was being held up behind him as well. So I think both those 2 horses legitimate chances in this. Hinchinlove's just going so well at the moment. He's going to get the good run again. It's just whether he can reproduce that.
Yeah, he's crept up in the rating points now. He's up to, 86. So we'll see how he handles the further rise.
Here's Maximus again, Paul, in this race here. We saw him on the speed map. He was back, and then you think he might go forward. He comes out of this race. Arthur's Kingdom, of the 2, Maximus is the one we'll focus on. Yeah,
so Maximus is a horse that obviously needs to have a little bit of luck from that 14. I think they will go forward. If they can get outside the leader, then he should put himself into the race. Now, he seems quite an honest horse. He's had a couple of issues as well with mucus recently, but look, the draw put me off a little bit with him. I didn't get him in the top 4, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a nice race.
Yeah, draw put me off as well. I think he's definitely likely to go forward from that draw. And it was quite a gritty effort from him there to stay on. I thought last time out he had the trail, but it was just gate number 14. I found that the little negative for this time round. We know he's got some ability yet to win here, but he hasn't been far off landing the prize.
All right, fantastic treasure, Paul. Can he make it another win?
Yeah, I think he can. Look, he always looks in trouble with the 100 or 200, and then he really flattens out and really pins his ears back in that last 100 metres. So I think he can. Roman Turbo, as we saw, he got knocked over last time, picked himself up for a nice second. Prior to that, the win over Super Wealthy was good. Not Usual Talent of that same race, and then Beauty Smile. 4, 5, 1 and 2.
Look, it's never easy for the 3-year-olds up in class to take on these older, more seasoned horses, but he's looked very good so far, has fantastic treasure. So I think he can go on with it again. Made him my top selection here. Roman Turbo, he'll be giving him a run for his money over the final stages. Certainly excuses for him last time out. Got poleaxed there at the 200, but still picked himself up and ran second placing. Beauty Smile, I think, needs to be in as well, and Not Usual Talent. He's got 2 more pounds to carry, but he was closing nicely last time out. So 4, 5, 2 and 1.
It is fantastic treasure to do it again from both the boys. Paul, we've seen your selections for race 8 and 10 here on Racing to Win. What about the other 8 races? Who are some of the standouts?
Interesting. Race number 1 there, Valiant Elegance. He's backing up from the weekend, so from Wednesday actually, all weather. So he's having another go here on the all weather in the first. I like Island Sunshine each way. This horse, it was a really good run from him last 2 starts ago. Treasure of Field as a first starter, he's had 4 trials to get him ready. I've liked his trials coming into it. Apex Top with a lightweight. Mercurial from the front, I can see him going well. Like that, 1,200 metres, he's a winner. 3 starts go over the 1,000. All for St Paul's, he's had a great season as well, and I think he'll run a really good race there from the front. He's got a wide draw, but I think he can get across.
Been good to you in the past, all for St Paul's, that is for sure. Just before we get the best long shots and plays, Hong Kong Direct this week features Andrew Lejeune and Declan Schuster, and a very special feature on new arrival Harry Bentley's ridden a winner at Happy Valley and Sha Tin now, but a strength and conditioning assessment that Harry has done recently was filmed, so you can see how that takes place and what the jockeys have to go through. Click on hkjc.com and audio and video. It's under that tab there, this week's Hong Kong Direct. Rightio, Paul, your best bet.
Valiant Dream, he never runs a bad race. You know, he's been placed of 13 and 15 starts down the straight. I think we'll get another good run from him, from barrier number 11 coming back to that course and distance. So he's the best, Valiant Dream. And the each way playing and doing race number 2, Island Sunshine, Ruin Meyerboard from barrier number 3, just off the speed map. I think he's going to get a really nice run. He's currently at 24-1, so a decent price there for him. And we'll do the play in the sprint. Gold Chest off his track work, multi-million from the front, and Valiant Dream. QQP 6, 10, 11.
Best for me comes up in the first leg of the 6-up. It's race 5, number 3, Super Mission. He's gone close on a few occasions, and he had a real tough run last time out and only just missed behind Hall of Champ. And Hall of Champ has since come out and run very well since, just missed a win himself. The Multiplier, a newcomer for David Hayes, race 7, number 6. He's a horse that's performed okay over in South Australia. Thought he's trialled up okay coming into this. Take a chance with him at a bigger price. And in the last, Bankering Fantastic Treasure with the 3 obvious ones, Not Usual Talent, Beauty Smile and Roman Turbo.
Best bet, Good Buddy. Really good run at Happy Valley last time. He draws barrier number 1. He raced well at Sha Tin 2 starts ago. He gets back, but does like the big track. Expect to see him run on at the end. Meaningful Star did something similar at the 1600 metre course last time. It was his first go over this distance since arriving in Hong Kong, and was a little unlucky near the line, so he's the each way play in race 6, the play of the day. 2 Gluck Racer and 9 Good Buddy in the Quinella 2 and 9. That has been Racing to Win. A reminder that you can see all races online at hkjc.com. Apart from races 8 and 10, which we've previewed here, it will also be under the audio and video tab. There we have it, boys. Paul, what a great day of bonuses coming up.
Yeah, really looking forward to those races. You know, the massive bonuses. We haven't had these for a while. 19-odd million starting in that triple trio in particular.
Excited to have a crack at those, and also excited to see a Fantastic Treasure can remain unbeaten come the last tomorrow at Sha Tin.
It will be great to see him there. Thanks for your company here on Racing to Win. Big day coming up this week. 10 races, the first on the all-weather, 9 on the turf. This has been Racing to Win. Bye-bye.